What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. I want to go over this topic. You cannot always trust synchronicities. So, this is a really great. I would say this is probably a mid-level entry type of video, especially on your spiritual journey. So, if you're a beginner, you know, stepping your toes into your spiritual journey, becoming more mature, I really want to say this. You might be able to get some stuff from this, but it may not be for you, but you can listen. You might be very more developed at a beginner level. So, everybody's a little bit different, but you have to be very, especially when you become more mature, you have to be aware, because not every sign, not every synchronicity that you see inside of this world is something that is going to resonate with you. And a big part of this journey is learning how to kind of avoid a lot of the filth. You're trying to filter out a lot of things inside of this world so you can just hit the nail where it's hot. So when I say that, I mean that you want to go straight into your purpose, right? So a lot of the times you have to develop your eye. You have to really develop your third eye to see inside of the spiritual realm, to know, okay, this is not for me, this is for me. I can take some of this, let me kick out this. So you have to really learn how to filter it. And the biggest way how to learn how to filter it is that you have to search your own soul. And you have to really, really do the inner work. And this is why I love this journey so much, is because when you really get to the myths of this spiritual journey, you have to understand that it's highly personalized. Like, it's really highly, highly personalized. So only you know certain things. Only your spirit guides know certain things. Your ancestors know certain things. And your journey in this universe knows you very well. So it only speaks your own language. That's why I believe back in the days, a lot of people say that, you shouldn't hide certain information, but you have to understand that when somebody understands your language, you're giving them access into your codes, your database. And once you start to understand self, you're going to start to understand your own language. So when you see people who are speaking a certain type of spiritual talk, but it's not resonating with your language inside, you can just be like, oh, yep, that's not for me. So a lot of times, right, what's very interesting is, well, one of the biggest ways how you would know that something is for you is that it's going to talk your language, right? It's as if that person is you talking to you, right? Because only you know that stuff, right? There's going to be, like, even I want to say that this world does work off of patterns, but you have to understand that these patterns in these ways of life is only going to grasp your eye the way that you know it. So you have to understand that, like, you can create your own world. You can create your own reality. This is a real thing, right? So back in the days, right, I believe it was the Native Americans, right? They had, certain, like, omens, or they had certain animal guides. They had certain symbolisms. So you can go on Google and type in, what does this symbolism mean? And they'll give you an answer, because that's an answer from basically somebody else's database, maybe long ago. But you have to also understand that like, I'm not going to go too deep into it, because it can get deep, because, like, you might have ancestral lines, bloodlines that are tied to certain symbolisms. So you would have to go to your ancestors to be able to get access into those codes and understand them and really understand that symbolism. But that, just because you see something on Google, or you type in something in Google, or you're seeing things outside, it doesn't mean that symbolism is for you. It's only for you if it actually really, really resonates for you. I would say if it's possibly, this is why it's really good to tap into your spirit guides and into your ancestral line, because once you tap into your ancestral line, you'll be able to get certain downloads and understand certain things, and you will know if that really, really resonates with you. I'm not going to say too much. I don't want to really talk too much, because you have to understand, when somebody's talking too much, they're playing with your system. And that's something that I don't want to do to people. I don't want to hijack people, but my job is to point you to yourself. That is my job. That is one of my biggest jobs on this earth, is to point people back to themselves. I want you to do the work. I want you to dig down deep inside of yourself to understand yourself, because there's going to be, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of illusions. There's going to be a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of things that come. I can't tell you how many things have come inside of my way to try to distract me. And I have to tell myself, ignore it. Oh, I'm going this way. Nope. I see you, but I'm not paying you any attention. And this is very, very important for your purpose, because you want to be, the thing is that anything that takes you outside of your purpose is like, it takes you outside of your happiness. And you want to be able to be in that sweet spot. You want to be in that sweet spot. And every now and then, now I don't want to scare people, because a part of this journey to get to know yourself and get to understand your own language, and even to get to understand your own symbolism, is that you got to take risk. So there might be certain situations where you're going to take risks. You're going to challenge yourself to be like, okay, I'm sensing this. Let me go with it. And you have to understand there's never no wrong answer, especially when you tell yourself that, hey, I'm going to take a risk today. I'm going to take a challenge today and challenge myself to see if this thing is really real. Sometimes I will challenge a symbolism. I will challenge a certain thing, and if it's not fitting, you flick it like this. So a lot of times you gotta take risks. And the reason why I love this journey so much is because it sharpens your mental. It really sharpens your spiritual eye. And it really, really, like, it's like a sword. It's really like a sword. And it shaves through all of the bull. It's like fire, like, whew. And I love it so, so much. And the more that you develop the eye, the more it's going to be like, it just cuts through things like fire. So, I just wanted to probably end this right here, right? Is one of my favorite shows, my anime shows, is Naruto, and there's a character made by the name Itachi, and Itachi has a little brother named Sasuke, and Itachi, long story short, he killed his family lineage in front of his brother. Basically, he actually killed his parents in front of his brother. Long story short, it was kind of to make his little brother become stronger with his own eye. So they have something called the Sharingan, which can manifest into something actually greater when they go through great loss. So he told Sasuke, come back to him when his eyes become stronger. So come fight him when his eyes become stronger. So when Sasuke grew up and he got more powerful, he finally faced Itachi, and one of the things that Itachi said was, "How strong is your eyes?" Right? How strong is your eyes? And that's the quote I want to leave people with. Every time I come to you and you see my video, I want to say to you, how strong is your eyes? How much can you see? That's what I want to tell people. How much can you see with your eyes? Because you have to understand, the more your consciousness grows, the more you mature and the more you expand.